When passion, perseverance, and performance join forces, success is born. When your lifestyle is cultivated around physical and mental well-being, winning is inevitable. If you're somebody who likes to set goals and crush them too, you've come to the right place. This is putting yourself first. This is motivation. This is the Goal Set Mindset Podcast. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Goal Set Mindset Podcast. My name is Julie, your host, here to bring you weekly wellness tips to help you live happier and healthier. This week's episode is titled Movement is Medicine. I'm talking about the power of moving your body and how it impacts your mental and physical performance. We're going to dive into how you can figure out what kinds of movement may be best for you and some simple ways to work more of it into your schedule, no matter how busy you might be. Now, when you're on a journey towards living a healthier lifestyle, many times people are gravitated towards natural things. You might go to the grocery store and you see the label natural on a drink or a snack or an organic food item, or maybe even a supplement, and you're drawn to it because we know that natural things tend to be better for our bodies and for our health. Many times when we aren't giving our body the natural things that it craves, you begin to feel a bit out of balance. You feel a little bit off. And that's because in order to maintain homeostasis, that state of balance that our body and our brain likes to be in, we need to do things as naturally as possible. Although we have evolved as humans in terms of technology and culture and society, our fundamental biology has not changed a whole lot. So that being said, our body really does crave natural things in order to function its best. And although some of these foods and supplements and even certain diets that you may follow may be advantageous to your health, the most natural thing that we as humans are designed to do is move our bodies. And movement is linked to so many aspects of our body that need to be in rhythm in order for us to function our best. Our hormone levels, our nervous system, your level of alertness, your physical well-being and feeling physically energized, all of that is driven by your body's movement. And unfortunately, in today's society, it is hard to get a lot of movement in. One of the reasons why we feel so tired and groggy when the afternoon comes is because we've been sitting, not really doing a whole lot all morning, which gives your body a stimulus that it's time to relax and go to sleep, not time to be awake. Movement is one of the biggest drivers of energy. Have you ever had one of those days, maybe one of those afternoons where you're feeling particularly tired, but you know that it's good for you to go exercise or go for a walk? So even though you're tired, you push yourself and you do it anyway. And then after you perform that physical movement, you find that you feel even more energized than you did before. Have you ever wondered how that happens? Because you know that that physical activity takes energy to perform, yet after you do it, you have even more energy than you started with. It's because our body is designed to respond to signals, to respond to stimuli throughout our day. And movement is one of the strongest stimulus that you can give your body to be awake. And I'm using the term movement here because I'm not just talking about structured exercise. It's whatever you want it to be. One of the biggest impacts that daily movement can have is improving your mental health. For example, people who suffer from mental health problems like anxiety and depression are often prescribed medications that help their brain release feel-good hormones. Two of the main ones are dopamine and serotonin. Those are the hormones, the neurotransmitters, that your brain releases when you're happy, in order to help you feel that sensation of happiness and contentment. Now, one of the biggest drivers of those feel-good pathways in your brain is movement. Because our body is designed to move. Every single cell in your body feels good and feels happy, we can say, when you move it. So just like we said before, we know that doing the natural things, taking the natural things, is better for your body's overall health. So understand that the most natural thing that you can do for your happiness, and of course for your physical health, is moving your body. Because it's what we were designed to do. Our ancestors had no other choice but to move constantly throughout the day. And even though we've evolved a lot as a society, our physical body is not much different than the hunter-gatherer's body was. So in order to feel your best and reduce that pain and fatigue and inflammation that you feel, you need to move your body. You might be one of those people who looks back at a certain point in your life when you had the time to move a lot throughout the day. And it might not be the activity itself that you miss, but what you miss is how you felt when you were doing it. You know that at a point in your life that you were more physically active, you felt healthier and stronger and more energized, right? Think back to that time in your life that you felt like you were your best self physically. I guarantee it was because you were moving your body a lot. Some simple ways to do that is to take a few minutes in the morning to go for a walk outside. I know getting up in the morning is hard, but investing in yourself and setting that alarm clock 10 minutes earlier to go for a quick stroll around your neighborhood is going to start that feel-good pathway as soon as you wake up in the morning. Combine that with a good cup of morning coffee and you are set for the rest of your day, no matter what gets thrown at you. Maybe it's on your lunch break. Instead of just sitting down and eating and chatting with your friends or getting an assignment done, take some time to do some movement. Another great way to incorporate movement is to do it with your loved ones. So invite a family member or a friend or somebody in your life to join you on an evening walk, or meet you at the lake when you get out of work, or meet you when you drop your kids off at school. Whatever that little bit of time is that you have in your day, I challenge you to find some time for some movement in there. The best part about all of this and the impact that movement has on your body and your brain is that it doesn't discriminate against what type of movement you're doing. Whatever activity makes you feel good, not just physically, but mentally. It makes you feel excited, or it makes you feel strong. Maybe it's something that you're particularly good at. I want you to make time in your day to do that thing. The best type of movement for you is the type of movement that makes you feel your best. For me, for example, I have been a runner in the past. I've run a couple of half marathons, and to some extent I enjoy running because it's a challenge and it's difficult and it's not really something that I'm naturally good at. But in the moments that I'm actually running, it is not my favorite thing to do because it's hard. So my daily movement, that is that thing that I'm doing for my mental and physical well-being, not necessarily for exercise. Movement is different from exercise. My movement is centered around the things that I actually like doing. And my staple is a walk. Particularly in the morning is my favorite time to go for a walk. I also love bike rides. A very low intensity bike ride where I barely work up a sweat. That's the kind of movement that I want you to perform. Not something that's hard, not something that you're thinking about the calories that you're burning while you're doing it. A form of movement that you actually really like doing. There's got to be something out there. And I want you to dig deep and do a little bit of trial and error if you have to, and find it. And make sure that it becomes a staple in your lifestyle and in your routine. So my goal of the week for you this week is to think about that movement that you truly enjoy doing. It's not going to be the exercise that makes you feel like you're burning the most calories. I actually want it to be relaxing, and it might even be easy. You should treat your body in a way that you reward it with physical activity. Don't use it as a punishment. It could be super simple, going for a walk with your dog. Maybe it's taking a bike ride when you get home from work. Or maybe it's just doing those stretches on your bedroom floor. Something easy. You get to decide what it is. Be kind to your body. Be kind to your mind this week by putting yourself first and getting the most natural form of medicine that your body wants, which is movement. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this week's episode of the Goal Set Mindset podcast. I can't wait to hear what you're going to do to get more movement into your busy schedule. You guys can find me on Instagram at goalsetmindset_JB. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back next week with another episode.